a little time to get started. The class today gonna be lit. I got Hakeem with me. What's going on? YouTube. Hey, just give me a second. We're gonna get ready, get live, get this stuff cracking in just a minute. I'm trying to set everybody links, man. Soon we'll let them have this stuff scheduled on YouTube, man, letting everybody know when we're gonna be doing the lives. We kind of like doing them like Sunday through Thursday. You know what I mean? Trying to get set up. If you're watching, just hey, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Right? Hakeem, you trying to leave your daddy, boy? You want to get down? Trying to fix this down. Dang, real quick. Okay, we get started, bro. Oh, look, trying to set everything up for you. I think I got that ready. All right. Hey, we live, we lit. Today's class, it's gonna be we kicking some game. Got me some tea. We're kicking the game today, man. Hold on, let me make sure everything's set up on the we usually do the pre-game workout, right? But we ain't do the pre-game workout today. So we're gonna get right into getting busy. We're gonna get busy. Like 15 say, we want to get busy. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick and make sure we're going live, right? We live at 5, bro. A bit of echo. I don't want the echo. Yeah, everybody get this shit cracking, cuz we got that trail ride that is supposed to be going to today, man. That's why you see me in my cowboy attire. You know what I'm saying? And actually, we ain't cowboys, we ain't cowmen, right? But this was our dress before. This part of this one of our Native American dresses, right? And they took this from us, right? The cowboy hat, boots, and all that. This part of our attire. So we lit. Easter Sunday, Christians at church right now drinking blood for in the name of reptilians, and they talking about in the name of Jesus. They drinking blood in the name of reptilians. Hey, I guess this weekend, I mean, this week was the final straw for my wife. She ain't a Hebrew no more now. she got hit with so much truth over the last couple of days that she now she say her new religion is just planting in the garden. she planted all these plants outside. So her new religion now is being a gardener. It ain't funny, man, but truth gotta be told in the 2022, man. We can't sit up here and let this shit go on no longer. The lies can't continue no longer. Hold on, let me make sure ain't nobody trying to get in. Cause I'm waiting on a 15 and a couple more of the elders because I had it set up for 11:30. But hey, if you do the super chat, don't do the super chat, just send it straight to my cash app, man, because YouTube take damn near 40 to 60% of that money. And when you send it to the cash app, we'll send you a shout out and let your comment be known. So let me put that in the let me put me in the 15th cash app in there right now for you. Because we need support. We need all the support we could get. So support the channel by sending your donations to our cash app, right? That way we don't got no middleman. Because if you send it like the super chat, shout out Yeshua for the $1 donation, right? So yeah, the super chat joint be taking niggas money, man. Oh, I'm making sure nobody ain't trying to get in. All right. For donations, cash out to the critique. Yeah, we're finna crack me in the 15th for the crack heads today, bro. The game of chess. This class gonna be fire. Yeah, we got, like I say, you got the donations, just send them. Cause we need all the support we could get on the donations because man, it's starting to get by crunch time. What I'm going to like I say, I'm almost out of the paying the rent deal. I'm still gonna be paying rent for probably like 6 more months. And then I'll be able to move because the house thing, man, we already told you what happened with it, right? So for everybody tuned in, yeah, hey man, appreciate that, Ryan Campbell. Yeah, you got integrity because we on a mission. And this mission is a long journey, bro. On a short path. What y'all think about them bond tapes? The bond tapes hot, bro. The bond tapes hot. And Bond put most of that shit out like between 5 and 8 years, 10 years ago, right? So Bond was already on another level way back then, right? He was one of those secret students of the master teacher. Like the master teacher, like the 15 was telling me in the 12th that the Baba used to put out books that he didn't give to everybody. He only gave to Pacific people. And Bond was one of those people that was getting those secret books. So Bond was already on a whole nother level back then. You know what I'm saying? So he been cracking heads, right? And he disappeared off the scene for a while because there was too many haters, man. When you heavy in the game, you get a lot of haters. And you know, it's too many haters out here, not enough participators. And a lot of niggas mad because of what we doing, and they can't do it. You know what I'm saying? They can't go out and do it themselves. So they mad at us, right? Yeah, we hey, this Easter Sunday, a lot of people at church right now. Well, we making this recording to get it in the archives, man. You know, so as we waiting on the 15th and the other elders to get in, I had it set up for 11:30, and it's 11:22 now. So giving them a couple minutes while we getting lined up. So yeah, we hot. A lot of haters, a lot of niggas out here that want us to stop because long as we got here putting shit out, they seem like we messing up their hustle, messing up their pimp game. You know what I'm saying? But this game is chess, not checkers. You got to think 2 moves ahead of the game, right? And keep in mind, on the 23rd and 24th, my brother Lifewave is having an event, right? And we're gonna probably pull up that flyer for you. I think I got that flyer. Hold on, just a second. I think I got that flyer. I think this is it right here. Yeah, okay, let me pull it up for you. Let me show you this flyer while we got some time, because my brother Lifewave having this event. And we're gonna pull it up for you. They go to flyer right here. All right, so this right here, the flyer for the Lifewave event. You wanna, if you're in the Atlanta area, you wanna be sure to hit this event up, man. It's gonna have, they're gonna have all kind of good vegan food, probably like a whole bunch of books, different books from different people. Lifewave probably gonna be selling. He got, I think he got 2 books out now. So you can hit that brother up and cash app him. I think it's like $45 for his book. He probably have a deal going on at the event, right? So we got our moon gonna be in the building. The brother, shout out to brother Sunrise, sister Amunet, right? So it's gonna be a big event, man. You know what I'm saying? The brother 99K, the sound god, gonna be in the building. I am the sound god, right? So you gotta check out that event, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my brother Lifeway, because he putting in work right now and letting everybody know what the time it is. So you're gonna be sure to check out that event if you're in the Atlanta area on the 23rd and the 24th. I was supposed to be at this event, but you know I like to pop up unannounced because niggas out to try to take the young L out, right? It won't be to stop, because they sabotage Baba work and try to collect the young souls and mislead them, right? And they hate that we came out, because we continue the shit. We continue what Baba was teaching before they sabotaged it. So they mad that we making them look bad. You know what I'm saying? We making them look bad. So they send all kind of agents to try to stop us. Just, you want some juice? It's my son Hakeem. He wants some juice. He say juice. All right, you want me to give you some water, Hakeem? Come here. Hey, so be sure to tune into that event, right? Another thing, okay. They go to 15 right there. We're finna get lit, man. Because what we're doing today is we're talking about chess, the game of chess, in reference to comparing it to life. And we're gonna have a whole bunch. Hey, Rob about 15.
Rob about big brother.
Hey, we want to go get busy right now. Because we talking about go ahead. What you say?
It's gonna take me a couple more minutes. I'm
how
on
you
here.
been? How you been? I'm just making an announcement.
All right.
All right, how you been? Hey, look, yes, so we tonight, today, in this evening, this noon, we talking about chess in reference to life and how you look at the aspects of chess and how you tie it into what's going on in your life and how you can utilize chess and playing chess to to tie it into your life and strategies and different things. So it's gonna be lit. We're gonna go in, man. We might do 2 parts to this joint, man. It's gonna be so lit. We got 41 people in. Rob out to everybody that's in the building. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and the bell. And like I say, don't send us the super chat. Just send it straight to our cash app. I got the 15 cash app and my cash app in the descriptions and in the chat. So if you want to do a super chat, just send it straight to our cash app and we'll shout you out and shout your comment out or whatever you got to say. We'll shout you out. You know what I'm saying? Because that super chat, it takes 60% of the money, and so we don't need no middleman. We get middleman on that. You know what I'm saying? We need this. You said it straight to us because we need all the support we can get. We take $1, $5, $10, $25, whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shame in our game. You know what I'm saying? Ain't about to give you free game here. There's a whole bunch of free game that about to hit the streets because 15 about to go in. We already I took a couple notes so we can kind of like cover a couple things in the game of chess. So you got different parts of the chess board, and 15 gonna break that down. Like you got the pawns, you got the bishops, you got the knights, right? You got the rooks, you got the king and the queen, and the most important piece on the board is the king. Once you get the king and take him out, you checkmate the other opponent, right?
True.
Yeah. So 15, what you hey, how can you 15 you what you want to start with, man? Because I was gonna talk about. Okay, go ahead. Just
it ain't nothing. I just want to break down.
Go ahead.
For one, I'm gonna break down how the pieces pertain to people.
Okay, go ahead. I guess.
No, because we ain't talking about traditional chess on the board. We talking about how it affects people's lives and how people play chess with your life. That's what we talking about. We're gonna cover that and make sure everybody got a clear understanding and clear vision, clear view of how not to let people take advantage of you. In the streets, it's called pimping. That's what it's called. Pimping is chess. When a person is trying to get you to yield to their authority, they're playing chess with you. So you got pawns. People know how pawns operate in the street. Those is your little dudes that's trying to come up in the world by any means, and they go through a lot of bloodshed to cross the board to get to the other side. It ain't that many pawns that make it to the other side. We all know that. You can have a whole 100,000 gang members, and out of the 100,000 gang members, you got 90,000 of them as pawns. Okay, so you got a lot of expendable people, and the ones that prove themselves worthy always make it to the other side, and they get to upgrade and become whatever you want them to become. See, that's the catch. And then guess what else? What does everybody want when they pawn get to the other side of the board? They want queens, don't they? Now take in consideration what I'm saying. If you always want to upgrade your pawn to a queen, then that means most men that are kings running the board don't want nothing but women by their side. So high value men usually mess around with a lot of women. They got a lot of women on the board. When you're dealing with a high value man, you're dealing with somebody that's a king on the board that could make stuff happen, move some pieces around. Okay, the queen, she stands next to the king. She's the strongest piece on the board because she has the most maneuverability, but she's not the most powerful piece on the board. The king is, because once the king is dead, the whole game is over. You see? So people got to take in consideration, everybody wants the queen to be by their side because the queen has the most influence. She uses, think about this, her movement is either straight at you or at an angle. So she moves like the bishop, which always is coming at niggas with an angle. Your preachers are bishops. Your pimps are bishops. Your politicians are bishops. All right. Your military general, he's a rook. All right. The assassins that they use to take care of business is the knights. The knights usually are the only ones that can jump over another person to get to a certain spot. So say, for instance, you got a scenario where there's a guy in front of a knight and you give a knight as a king an order. That knight has the privilege to come to a guy in the street and tell him, hey, I'm gonna need you to do this. And he might say, no, I can't take care of that right now. But then the knight has to assume the responsibility and go over him, get it done. But see, when he jump over his head, he's forming that L shape for a reason, because he gonna work a different angle. He gonna come at you from a different point of view. And he's also usually the one that the king and queen trust the most. Okay. So starting out, you see how people play chess on the board. It's guys that like to jump right out there with their knights up front. That lets you know how that person thinks as a king, as a player in the game. He want to use the most tricky piece that he got. The knight is like the magician along with the bishop. Okay, the bishop is, you know, they stay in the background. They stay with the family as long as they can stay with the family. Then they get pushed out there to put in some work. They don't usually like to do that, but the knight is always game to put out some work. He ain't gonna hesitate. You see, I know dudes that can checkmate you with two knights and really don't have to move nothing with them knights around, because you got to know how to. The knight covers a lot of circumference, or a lot of the surroundings. He can hit you where you think you can't be hit. You know, and it's a lot of people that I know that live in the business world. They the same way. A knight don't usually want you to see him coming. So they have a strong advantage. People that you use like that always have to have a strong advantage. You're not gonna push somebody out there to do some shit. I'm sorry, get some stuff done, and they're scared to jump into action. They're scared to make the proper move when somebody else freezes up. Plus, a knight is the dude that's around the corner. Like, put it like this: if I set up a scenario and I got a young blood, he's a pawn, and I got him out there to deliver whatever it may be. It could be, you know, he could be working on the corner for me, right? Pumping out oils and books and tapes and whatnot. And then the knight is around the block, keeping an eye on the pawn and everything he got going on, right? So when somebody try to come run up and take all this stuff off the table and rob him for his money and take off running, well, he run right into the knight. The knight know the streets. He know all the corners. You feel me? So when somebody's running from that dude and taking his merchandise, the knight is the one that cuts him off. Okay. In the game of chess, you never leave a piece out there vulnerable to where he don't have no backup. If you hit one of mine, I'm gonna hit one of yours. That's the game. In chess, you make sure you don't sacrifice too many daggone lives. It's a lot of kings that don't mind sacrificing every life on the board. Those are not the kings you want to be living for or working for. You're expendable. Everybody's expendable. You hear a king say some shit like that, you be like, oh, shoot, I'm on the wrong board. Why? Because you're going to be used over and over and over again. You mess around, lose your whole family. Everybody on the front line could be your family. You feel me? And they send them out there to die first. And they out there dying first without cause. That's why you can't let no dummy play no daggone chess with you, because you see how he's sacrificing people as if those, you know, he moving the pieces on the board, but in his psyche, he's not making the correlation to life. He just think it's a game. Nah, man, games is serious. Everything in this planet is game. The politicians run the most game on everybody. Teachers is running game. Principals is running game. The CEO of the company's running game. You know, the CFO's running game. You got all the securities running game. Everybody's running their own game. So you got to learn who's expendable, and you got to make sure whatever tax that say, for instance, you lose a player, you got to make sure it was worth it. You honor that piece you lost by avenging that piece immediately. You don't let too much time go by. You know, one time I was playing a game of chess, I let a guy take my bishops. He took both my bishops, and I didn't find out that I was going to need them joints to the end of the game. Then I had to work out another strategy. So you want to make sure you don't just go losing pieces. You don't go sending your man out there, and this is for the sisters. Don't go sending your man out there in the street to defend your honor when you know damn well you was wrong in the first place. This is a position I'm talking about. Something like this. Little boys, don't come back home to your dad talking about you got jumped when you know you provoked the argument and the fight to get jumped. You caused yourself to get jumped. Don't put that heat on your father. You see, this is what I mean by expendable and people using people and stuff because they know they got somebody that got their back. That's trash. You don't play the game of life like that, just putting people's lives on the line. If you a sister that, you know, you feisty, you like to fight and stuff, well, don't go picking no fight with no man just because you got a big brawly man at the house. He at the house relaxing and taking the chill pill. You know, he probably taking a load off from work. But now he got to step up, get out of his comfort zone, because you was out there dressing some tight clothes and some dude was trying to holler at you. You didn't like it. And then he said, F you then, B. You know what I'm saying? And then you go, oh, okay, F me then. I'll be back. I got a man at home. You don't use him like that. You don't use him like that. You should be thinking to yourself, you know what? That was wrong. That dude disrespected me. I didn't want to holler at him. But guess what you did to him? You baited him. Women got to understand that. That's why y'all the queens on the board, because y'all work the most angles, man. Okay? Y'all got to stop dressing a certain way, stop attracting and baiting certain types of beings. I'm not even gonna say trash, because this is just beings out there. I made the analogy of if you spoil a child, it'll be rotten fruit. You know, what attacks rotten fruit is flies, maggots, and other insects and bugs on the ground. So don't be spoiling your kids, man. In the game of chess, you don't want to have spoiled mentality. You're just gonna be expending pieces, and then at the end of the game, when you lose, you're like, oh well, you don't care. That's not how you play the game of life. When you lose stuff, you don't lose it just going, I got enough money to buy another one. What kind of mentality is that? Where's your mentality at to actually produce something? You see what I'm saying? And in chess, you're going to produce strategy. That's where you want to go with this. That's the only reason why I'm talking about this like this, because I want people to understand or understand and understand that there's a strategy to playing the game of life like it is on the game of chess. It's a strategy, okay? And we all know there's different type of chess, you know? Homeboy to just get home from prison, come home. Kevin Hart said it. He told him to say it with your chest. Kevin Hart didn't know what the heck he was talking about. But what he means is say it like you got some heart, boy. Put some heart into it. So you don't play the game of life or the game of chess with no heart. You got to have heart and courage to be able to make these moves. You ain't going to be able to make no moves if you're confused about what your opponent not only will do to you, but can do to you. I like to look at all of my opponent's options before I make a move. If I don't see everything that he can hit me with, then shame on me when I got hit. I should have seen that coming. Chess is going to prepare you and have you looking at everything around you. So when something happens, you're not surprised. It's part of the calculations. It's only what, 64 pieces, squares on the board. You see? And each of y'all got like 16 pieces apiece. And you have to learn how to calculate your movements based upon how many squares you got. In your city, how many towns are there? Who's the politicians? You got to know this stuff. Who's the pastors in the city? Where the churches at in the city? Where the schools at? All of these are the squares on the board. You see, all the jobs, the companies, they're the squares on the board. You got to know how to move in your city and in your town based around this strategy. I'm not going to say rules and regulations. Strategy is what you need to have. Before you step out your door in the early part of your AM, before you go to work or wherever you go on shopping to go get something, you want to make sure you know what's out there based on timing. Some people go to the same stores all the time. They don't never switch it up. So if somebody put an agent on you to watch your every move, they can calculate you and set their watch to you. They know when you're going to do what, because you do the same thing every day. It's all right. Switch it up. That's part of the strategy. Be a little bit more confusing. Use the element of surprise. The element of surprise is a deceptive move, but it works. You need that element of surprise in order for you to catch them off guard. That's if you're trying to catch them off guard. You don't want to necessarily, excuse me. You don't want to necessarily use the element on surprise against somebody you love, unless you're trying to surprise them with a gift or something that's going to make them happy. So you can use deception in a way that benefits both parties. But most people don't. They usually use deception to get over on you. You see? So they come straight at you with it. If you've been hit a certain way before, you're not supposed to let that same hit occur the second or third time. In chess, it will teach you that. That's why usually when I play chess, I always give a person a chance to make a better choice. Because when I give them that chance to make a better choice, it makes me better. I'm not looking to trick this guy at all times. I'm looking to make him better. I'm looking to say, hey man, you sure you want to do that? Then he'll look at me and go, and see in his mind, he going, why you want to help me beat you? Like, nah, you got it twisted. I want to make you better so you can be good enough to make me better. If you suck ass on the board, then you're not making me no better if I don't help you. I got to help you. You see, this is how you do with your nephews, uncles. This is how you do with your children, daddies. You make sure that when your boy be like, Dad, I'm about to go out here to the Y and play some ball, and you done been to that YMCA before, right? Because that's a square on the board. You done been down there. You know how them niggas is. So you look at your son and you say, you sure you want to do that, son? That's how you supposed to do. You got a warning. You put them warnings out there to let people know, hey, what's ahead of the game? Chess will help you see 5 moves. Like I'm a 5 to 6 move ahead type of guy when I play. So people don't like really playing me because I play long-term games. I don't punch no clock. Okay. People be like, let's put the game on speed, play fast. I'll be like, why? So you can catch me in a mistake? If I don't like to make a mistake, I need all the time that I'm gonna take all the time I need to not make that mistake. So I'm gonna utilize it. And if I see you over there getting frustrated because I'm thinking, I'm gonna laugh and go, I'm about to beat the crap out of this dude because his brain then went to sleep in 5 minutes. Man, come on, man. You ain't moved yet. Like, bro, I'm moving, but I ain't moved a piece. I'm moving in my brain. See, I'm calculating. Why would you take my time of calculation away from me? That's part of their strategy to make you jump into the wrong position so they can knock you off. That works out in the streets. Some dude come over your house. This is one of your homeboys. He come over your house. Hey, man, come on, man. Let's go to the club, man. We already late. We already this. We already that. We're going to be in the back of the line. He come at you with all this panic. And you sitting there going, relax, dude. I'm just getting dressed. You know, I'll hurry up and rush with you. I go out funky, stinking, not looking good enough. And then we might not even get in anyway. So what's the rush for? Relax. He don't see what you see because he don't think like you think. He don't strategize in life like you strategize. And he don't understand that little bit of extra time it took for you to get ready was enough time for whatever bad thing was going to happen on the way to the club to happen. That way, when y'all on the way to the club, all y'all see is the squad car that then pulled over several other cars. You got to drive by the police now, but you could have been that car. You could have been the nigga on the side of the road going, damn, man, I knew I shouldn't have hurried up with you. So don't let people rush you into a ditch because they sure enough will. In a game of chess, somebody running their mouth trying to rush your thinking, you just give them a look. You ain't got to say nothing. They understand when you give them that look that they don't have the ability to rush you. You're going to take your time because your time is yours. That's why the word your is before your time. It's yours. It don't belong to your opponent. You let your opponent take your time from you, you'll be in a pickle quicker than goddamn Ozzie Smith playing baseball. You won't know which base to run to because they got you cornered. Just throwing the ball back and forth, watching you run back and forth like an idiot till you run out of gas, and then somebody just run on up and tag you with their glove. Out of there. Make sure you make the right decisions and take your time making these decisions. In chess
Hey,
and in
15.
life, yeah, please go ahead.
No, just to add to what you're saying, tie what you're saying into the bait, like the keyword bait, hook, trap. It's tied into what you're saying. Go ahead.
Dude, let me go in here real quick, make a move.
Okay, go ahead.
You build
I'll
on
talk a
that
little
bait
bit.
real quick. I'll be right back. I'm
Okay, all
gonna
right.
capitalize on your move.
To add to what the 15th was talking about on the way he was going with it, deception. Because you got different types of deception. You got inception, preception, conception, and and these different things you gotta think in your mind. like he said, take your time. Because when somebody rush you into some, it's a lot of brothers that's in jail right now. We're tying this into life. It's a lot of brothers in jail. I remember when I used to get arrested for certain stupid stuff that I was doing, right? And then when I got in jail, I'll be sitting in the cell and I'll be like, damn, man, I wish I would have never did that, bro. But I did it all fast. I did it without thinking. You know what I'm saying? I did shit without thinking about it. You got to sit down and think before you say things, before you do anything. You got to think on it. If you don't think on it, because you got to think like, okay, what I'm about to do, is this stupid? Is this going to land me in jail? Is this going to make my family have to suffer because of me and what I'm doing? Because I know a lot of cats like that Nipsey Hussle thing, right? That cat assassinated Nipsey Hussle. And then they went and killed like 10 people out of his family that ain't even had nothing to do with it. These people that mind their own damn business. La 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 la. Somebody come blow their brains out because one of their crazy cousins did. Right? So you gotta think about it. Okay, is this it's a cause and effect. In this in the chest, there's a cause and effect, right? So you gotta think about it. Okay, when I do this, what is the effect of this? Right? Is this gonna land me in jail? Is this gonna cost me some money later down the road? Or is it gonna come back to hunt me? They call it coming back to hunt you, right? And keep in mind, like we said about bait, people like to bait you in. Advertisement is bait. When they advertise and they show you a juicy burger with cheese and stuff, ooze and all out of it, they baiting you in. They trying to trap you. They setting you up. A setup, that's another word for bait. Set up, trap, hook, right? Somebody trying to hook you. They trying to get you on the hook. And when they got you on the hook, you know, it's hard to get off. You can wiggle yourself off, but it's hard to get off most time when they got you on the hook. You know what I'm saying? And like I was watching Predator the other day, and they flushed these people out with these dogs, right? With these extraterrestrial type dogs they had designed. And then they got one dude, they trapped him and they put him on a hook, and they had him in the middle of the field, and he was hollering, help me, right? Y'all remember that on Predator, right? So that was like a bait. They was trying to bait them in to come help this dude, so they can shoot them down and catch them. So you got to be aware in the streets of people that's trying to bait you in, trying to trap you, trying to deceive you. Deception, because you could not be trying to deceive anybody, but your opponent is on it. Best to believe your opponent is trying to deceive you. It's almost a necessary thing. Deception is almost a necessary thing that you taught from a kid. Because like my sons, they use deception without even knowing it. They cry when they don't get something they want. They cry, and then that crying is gonna give me a response. The cause and effect is me. I gotta respond because I'm tired of this dude howling and screaming in my ear. Like he come out cute now. Like I'm tired of this dude screaming in my ear. So kids, they learn deception from the jump when they cry to get what they want. And they know, oh, you don't give it to me, I'm gonna scream and ring the alarm, and it's gonna make your ear ring because I want this, and you won't give it to me. So it's a form, and half the time, when I be looking at my son, he be crying, no tears coming out of his eyes. That's a form of deception. It's a fake. He fake crying. He fake crying to get what he want. And people do this in the streets. They play on your emotions. They play like to. It's a spell. Like 15 was teaching me. That's a spell when people try to play on your emotions. They want to draw you in. They want to get you, soften your heart, right? There's no in a. Go ahead. You back.
No, you good. I didn't want to cut you off. You was running.
Okay. Yeah, they want to soften your heart and play on your emotions so they can bait you in. That's all dealing with bait. Setting you up for the setting you up in boxing like 15. Okay, yeah, setting you up for
setting them up for the whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah, whoop-de-whoop.
For the left hook, for the uppercut.
Yeah, when you crossing somebody, I think 15 was talking to me yesterday. He was talking about when people dribbling, they try to get you to reach. They setting you up.
Reach, I teach.
Yeah, you reach, I teach.
Reach,
right?
I
Go
teach.
ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, baiting, man. Everybody's doing it, man. Think about this. Everybody's doing it. Man, if you can look at all the different forms of baiting and trickery going on, debating is part of baiting you into a what? An argument. That's why I don't like to debate with nobody. I be like, bruh, You got it. Whatever you say. You can have it your way in your world, but you're not about to turn my world upside down because yours is. If I'm going in another direction, I'm going in that direction, dude. Don't bait me into an argument when I'm not saying you wrong in the first place. You got people that bait you into it anyway. Y'all just want to. That's them is the kind of people that just want to fight all the time. Just want to fight. So if you relax enough around that person, they had no choice but to go in another direction or leave you alone. They're baiting you. Women, y'all do y'all's baiting. Children do they baiting, right? Your boss is doing his baiting. He need employees, so he sends out an advertisement, put an ad in the paper, and got people lining up for the job just so he can turn down most of the people and get 3, 4 out of the 50. I mean, you done baited 100 people. You interviewed 50 of them, didn't even call the other half, and then you only let 3 in. That's a bait. In boxing, you throw a lot of fakes and feints so you can get your punches off. You're not gonna keep throwing the same. If you throw a jab, the jab is baiting the dude to block up top so you can hit him with a hard body shot. You baiting him. If I want to fake right on you and go left on you, or fake left and go right in basketball, put a quick little crossover move on you, and listen to that. Cross over. Pay attention to every word that's being said when we talk about baiting and tricking. Okay. Magic tricks. Same thing. They bait your eyes into looking at some part of the board or the game that they playing on your brain that's not, taking place. So they bait your eyes, and then they bait your ears. They bait your eyes with their hands and they bait your ears with their mouth. So they'll say something to throw your thinking off with your ears, and then they do something with their hands to throw your vision off while they're tricking you under the table. You have no idea. You be just wild when they get done with the trick. Like, oh man, how'd you do that? Well, if you could pay attention with your eyes and ears, if the dude did the trick in silence and never said anything, you would eventually find out what they're doing. It's why a lot of magicians don't like to do tricks over and over and over again to you. They just do them once and they get on up out of there. They move to the next trick because they don't want you to see it. So, so a pastor in the church, he got to give you a guilty sermon first to bait you into putting a lot of money into the plate. You see, he got to make you feel bad about not giving money. As soon as he makes you feel bad about that, you're gonna pass that plate around and you're gonna drop a whole bunch of money right on in the bucket, like dang. And the first thing he gets you with is if you want to be blessed, that's bait. Because the word blessed is be less. See how that tricked you? Everybody going around going, I'm blessed. You be less, right? You're less of a being. They don't understand what they're saying. Everybody wants to be blessed. Now, how did preachers bait you into that? They think, hey, you're blessed. You're going to get blessed. You get money. You get cars and houses and whatever you want from God. And nothing's too hard for God. That's bait. Because if God was taking care of them, then they wouldn't ask you for no money at all, now would they? That's part of the bait, man. The bait and switch. Let's talk about the bait and switch. You see, where somebody, like they show you in movies all the time, where somebody got a briefcase and they carrying the briefcase, and another dude got a briefcase look just like it. They stand next to each other, and as something happens, to throw their focus off in the audience, somebody like Malcolm X said, "Get your hand out of my pocket, nigga." And next thing you know, they looking around, and while that dude's looking around, you just switch your briefcase with his, because you know his was full of money and yours is full of laundry and clothes for your trip. That's a bait and switch. You can do the same thing, but with disguises. If somebody's tailing you and following you, and you know that they're following you to hurt you, and it's a guy that looks just like you, or somebody that's wearing clothes similar to yours, you can go in the bathroom, pay that guy $100. Hey man, let me get that shirt and that jacket and that hat. Because the dude following you don't even know you walked out, because you walked out, you pulled the switch on him, right? You walked out with the other dude's clothes and stuff on. So when that guy walks out, they tackle him. And he look up going, I ain't the man you want. And you going, damn, how did he get away from us? Bait and switch. There's so many ways to work this. Your strategy in the game of chess in life, baiting somebody is how you get somebody to fall for something or go for something, however you want to look at that. Okay. And true angelic beings don't fall. Fallen angels do, because fallen angels fall for fallen angles. Somebody's putting an angle out there for you to fall for. Okay. And then they get you to do something for them because you fell for that particular angle this nigga was working. What do we do when we hustle in the streets? Boosters that steal clothes, they work all kinds of angles. They wear girdles and stuff when they go up in there, and they stuff clothes down in their daggone girdle, and then they walk out pregnant. And they hold the store owner going, hold up, wait a minute. She came in here skinny and walked up out of here fat. Like, what the? That's a bait. That right, bait and switch right there. You want him to look another way while you do something slick and get away with it. Then when they capture you, you act like you don't know what they're doing. That that misdirection that you got, where you can just lie to make sure a person doesn't that you don't admit. You're not truthful with yourself. You'll just lie and lie and lie until somebody believes you lying. That right there is another bait and switch. Because you're getting the person to not think straight. You know damn well I seen you come in here skinny. You gonna walk out of here 200 pounds. And you grab her and she starts causing a scene, right? That's to avert your eyes towards people that are looking on the scene, because people that don't know what's going on are being baited to come over, interfere so she can escape and get away. That's been going on. Criminals do it all the time, and everybody is trying to trick you in some way, form, or fashion. You just got to ask yourself if the trick is going to benefit you both or not. That's why I say make sure you know all your opponent's moves. You slap me one time, but you're not going to get the same slap off again, because I'm going to put my hand up here and I'm going to have my high guard. Not only am I have my guard up, I'm going to have my elbows down by my rib cage so you can't go down there either. I'm going to start limiting all kinds of moves. I'm not going to let you just keep getting off on me. I'm going to duck the next one. I'm going to block the next one. I'm going to, slip, slide the other ones, and then I'm going to punch back eventually. You're not going to let somebody just keep tricking you. The person that goes down to the store hits that store 3-4 times, right? Back into the boosting scenario. You hit that store 3-4 times, they're going to have a picture of your face up here next time at the front door. So when you walking in, all these people that see that picture going, dang, they got a person leaving out with bags of stuff. And then that person can't come back in that store no more because they put the high guard up on you. Okay? Making adjustments is how you keep people from baiting you over and over and over. You got to make adjustments, okay? If Kobe Bryant is crossing over Allen Iverson, he ain't going to get the same crossover over and over and over, because Allen Iverson got a high IQ. He going to see what this dude is doing, and he's going to make an adjustment because he going to make one. You're not going to keep falling for the same thing, are you? The strategy is part of getting smarter. So as I play the game of chess with life, I can't look at all the mistakes that my parents made and then make them. That's foolishness. Somebody told me, man, your mom was a crackhead. And I'll be like, look, I'm not. So I corrected my mother's mistakes. See, your dad was a NBA basketball star. Okay, I'm not. I'm a teacher. I did something different than dad, which means I added to the value of the DNA for the future. Now the children that come after me is going to have teaching ability and basketball athletic ability. They're going to be athletes and teachers because I added that into the DNA. That's part of strategy in life. You want to correct mistakes and you want to capitalize. You want to say something, big bro?
Oh, yeah, you going in? It's fire right here, man. I'm glad we got this recorded, man, because this is gonna be something people, the kids, everybody can go back to. Oh yeah, I just wanted to add, it's a competition. how does competition plays a part in the game of life and chess? Like it's motivation. Go ahead.
Well, you know, I gave a quick scenario on that with the
Yeah, I
Allen
think you
Iverson,
did. I think
Kobe Bryant because of the IQ. Competition is to compute. If your brain can't compute what a person is doing to you, then you ain't no competition either. You know, I know competition is spelled a little different, but I told y'all the vowels are interchangeable. So when you think of the vowels being interchangeable, you don't let the phonetics of a word get in the way of you reasoning out a strategy. When I see somebody trying to be competitive with me, I relax because I'm not in competition with that person. I'm in competition with how good I can be myself. And I'm self-motivated, right? Which means he can't shut down my motor at all. I keep my motor going. So I'm gonna watch what this dude is doing in the competition and then make an adjustment, use strategy to stop him based upon knowledge that's already been acquired. If you don't have enough knowledge, then this dude is gonna have to beat you a few more times. But you can't let him beating you in this particular game crush you. I see dudes, they lose in the game and they cussing and throwing the joystick and they just broke the whole damn Xbox. You be like, man, that dude got into your head that bad? Oh man, this dude, man, he ain't no comp. How's he
yeah,
not no comp? And
psychological.
he is
Psychological, my
right.
bad.
It's psychological. You right. Because that's what I was getting ready to get at. You let a person
Muhammad
jab you.
Ali's always like, go
Oh,
ahead. Damn, what the fuck happened? Hey, 15. I'm mute your mic, man. I think I might have accidentally muted trying to mute my mic. Damn.
okay. It's all good. It's all good, big
All right,
bro.
okay,
It's,
all right.
you know,
I gotta get this thing, man.
Matt,
All right, go ahead, go ahead. Like competition. Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Muhammad Ali, he'll use his mouth to throw your
Yeah.
brain, your thinking off. And as long as he throw your thinking off, the next tool he uses to throw your thinking off and your timing off is his jab. The
Yeah.
next thing he uses to throw your thinking and timing off is his footwork because he's talking to you, jabbing you. He's disrupting your hearing by talking to you. He's disrupting your vision by jabbing, and he's disrupting your placement of attack by moving his feet. And he does three things simultaneously to beat his opponents to wear them down because he understands the greatest way to beat a person is to break their will. And the greatest way to break a person's will is to take his wind from him. You can't fight if you can't breathe. If I get you tired, you can't beat me. I don't give a shit how hard you hit. None of them hard punches matter when you none of that shit matters. I'm gonna be toying with you at that point. I done peppered you with the jab for 5, 6 rounds. That's part of the strategy. You mad at the mug. You throwing you looping hooks and looping right hands and uppercuts and you swinging for the fences, but you missing. You're hitting the air, and while you hitting air, because you can't hit air, you're losing your own air. And if you're losing your own air, I'm gonna punch you in where? The body, so I can keep you from getting it back. Now I got you real tired because I'm just jabbing you to the body. Why am I jabbing? I'm jabbing because I know I can recover quick off the jab. I can't recover quick on an uppercut or on a hook, but if I throw that jab, I can lean back as fast as I threw that joint forward, or I could jab and duck, you know, or I can do something. But I'm making sure I take your win from you. That's part of the strategy because I can't win unless I take your win. And if I take your win, I done broke your will. You can't beat anybody until you break their will. Errol Spence fought Ugas last night. Dennis Ugas broke him down. That's how he beats everybody. He breaks their will. He don't come at you with no slick Mayweather craftiness. Mayweather's a magician. When you look at Mayweather fighting versus Errol Spence fight, two different what strategies. One dude is going to overwhelm you and break your will. The other dude is going to break your will due to frustration. Muhammad Ali did the same thing. He broke your will due to frustration. Sugar Ray Leonard, he broke your will due to frustration. But Marvin Hagler, he wore you down. You see what he did to Hearns, didn't you? Got in there with Tommy Hearns. He had gotten in Hearns' head, and Hearns got out there and made it a blow for blow. and couldn't go toe to toe, blow for 4 rounds like Hagler was used to doing. Hagler was used to taking punches on the top of his head and coming right back with stuff. But Hearns don't like getting hit. He didn't like it. Hearns had one of the hardest right hands in the business, but he didn't like getting hit. So what did Hagler do? Use the strategy. Smothering, stay in his chest. Don't care what he hit you with. And when a person known for knocking people dead with their right hands, and he didn't hit you with his Sunday's best for 3 rounds and he didn't knock you out, that takes his will. Go ahead, go ahead. You want to say something? That's
Yeah, hey,
part of
look,
the strategy.
hey man, that's heavy that right there. Another thing, the desire to win. The desire to win is a big part in this life, in this game. You gotta have a desire to win. If you never had a desire to win, you will never accomplish your goals. And goals, when you accomplish your goals, that's when you win. Another thing is persistence, right? You talk about that persistence and the desire to win. Those combinate together. Persistence means you never give up.
Keep
Right?
building
Go
on
ahead.
that
Go
for
ahead.
me real quick. I got to go into
Okay.
another
Go ahead.
establishment.
Okay, I'll talk about a little bit. So you gotta have persistence. You gotta have a desire to win in your heart, right? Because that's why that's dealing around with the heart chakra too, right? The heart chakra. We talk about the heart chakra and how that's where your desires are held at. And desires also could be it's a good everything that we saying. It's a good side and a bad side to everything. It has to be in order for it to be legitimized in this three-dimensional world. It's a good side, a bad side, and there's in the middle. But like in the game of chess, you only have the good side and the bad side. But so they already tell you about the middle part, right? And in chess, also, people are trying to in the chess, one of the strategies is control the center square. So you got to think about, okay, what is the center square in my life? What is the center square? And you got to keep control of it, and you can control the whole game. You can control, if you control center square, you can control the whole game. So you got to think about, okay, what is the center square in my life? Is it your kids, right? Is it your business, whatever you got going, the Hakeem, right? Whatever you got going in your life, you got to control that center square. And that's part of the strategy, right? And you got and never underestimate your opponent. Never underestimate your opponent, because like my stepson, they be playing Madden or whatever, and the guys that come to play him, they underestimate him, right? And say, oh yeah, this dude is this dude, because people can bait you, man. You can underestimate people by the bait that they use. One example is this guy Hakeem. One guy went. I'm gonna put you down. Keep on making noise. He's saying a new, right? Every time I taught him a new word, a new. He's saying that he's chanting that every day now. A new, because he heard me doing the chant earlier, right? So he's saying trying to take the chant that I was doing this earlier, right? Cause I do that chant like every other day, like in the morning. Like a new, El Razaku. El Razaku, anu. So he tried to say that chant. I used to do it to them when they was a baby all the time. So he's saying that chant. hey, so yeah, so never underestimate your opponent. And because your opponent you can underestimate your opponent by them baiting, and they can bait you in. Somebody that's real a master at this in the game of chess, they can bait you in. Like for one example is this guy, he was a pool shark, right? He used to go to pool halls and hustle people. And what he would do is he'd go into the pool hall, right? And he'd find somebody, right? And then he'll play pool with them. He'll let them win the first couple games. They'll win 2 or 3 games. And then after they beat him so bad, right? And they say, oh, this dude right here is weak, right? Then he'll say, oh, let's bet $5, right? Then he'll let you beat him 5 or 6 games for $5, right? And then so he baiting them in. And then he'll say, all right, let's bet. But a smart guy figured this out that knows he's being baited or being set up. So then he'll say after you won $25 for him, you beat him like 8, 9, 10 games straight. He say, all right, let's bet 200-300 at one game, right? So he bet 200-300. The other guy that been beating him said, "Oh, this guy gonna be easy. I beat him 8 games in a row." Then all of a sudden he go to work on him. They don't. He beat him so bad they don't even get a shot, right? And take their money. So he baited him in. He set him up because he underestimated his opponent by the way of the bait. So you gotta. So in life, don't let people bait you in. Don't let people. You say you quit smoking, right? Soon as you, that's how the game work, man. You quit smoking, doing drugs, right? Or you quit smoking weed, right? And then your drug dealer, soon as you quit smoking, and you've been good for 7 days, your drug dealer call you up. Hey man, I just got this new shit in. Matter of fact, and you don't got, and you tell him, man, look, man, I don't got no money. He says, oh no, man, just come over. I'm gonna hook you up for free. I'm gonna give you free shit, right? You're like, damn, man, this nigga there, that he trying to bait you in to get you back on, right? Smoking the dope. So it's you got to keep in mind, man, don't let nobody set you up. Don't let them bait you, right? And then stay persistent. I mean, that means that whether what you're doing, if you fasting, stay persistent. Don't let nobody come in and get you off your game, right? It's called getting you off your game, right? Because they can, once they get in, and they don't let nobody get in your head. They can get in your head. Like 15 was just talking about the psychological part of it. Because like say, Ali used to talk major shit. You saw how he got in Sonny Liston head. Sonny Liston pulled up, even though it was he had blanks in it. Because Sonny Liston kind of like put a spin on it to get in Ali head too, though. So, but Ali had rented a bus to go out to Sonny Liston's house with a loudspeaker. I'm gonna beat you. I'm the baddest all around. You can't stop me. If you even dream you beat me, you better wake up and apologize. This is stuff that Ali was doing, right? He was trying to get, he was psychologically baiting them in, getting in Sonny Liston's head, right? And then at the end of the situation, Sonny Liston put blanks in a revolver and shot it out in the casino, right, with the blanks in it, right? And he got in. Then Ali was scared right there because he thought this nigga had a real gun. So he kind of like reversed the situation on the psychological shit. Like, damn, this nigga crazy. Sonny Liston's crazy. He done pulled a gun on me, tried to kill me, shot at me, right? So that bagged Ali off a little bit. So different people. This is part of the game of chess. The part of you know, in the life that you live in. The board has you know, white squares depending on what kind you get, but the originals is the white square and the black square. You know, that's the same thing in the Masonic Lodge, or the yin and yang principles, right? The yin and yang, good versus bad, because not like good and bad is the way they put it over to us is not like that really, because a lot of stuff that's good can turn out bad. Like water is good for you, but if you could drink too much water, and they say you could be water poisoned, or certain things is good for you, but if you do too much of it, it can go turn to bad. So it's a good side and a bad side to everything. So keep that in mind. Also dealing with the persistent. You want to stay when you got to make plans. You got to have in chess, you make plans. That's part of the strategy. You make plans. And like in 15, when he come back, he could probably break this more down to you because he know a lot about chess. He's a chess master, right? Because we played each other, right? And I'd probably like about 15 games. I only think I only beat him twice, right? Because I hadn't been practicing in a while. I think I only beat him like twice, and it's probably because he got distracted. See, that's another thing. Because one game I beat him because he got distracted, right? Distractions is you know, that's part of the game. Somebody trying to distract you could get you off your game, right? It could get you off your game, right? Somebody trying to distract you. And so you got to pay attention to distractions too. A chick can be like you with your wife, and then all of a sudden this fine chick that just like you like come along, try to get you, even though when you with your wife is the best thing for you because she the queen on your board. She the queen, and like we break the queen down, right? The queen is one of the most powerful pieces after the king because the queen got a lot of, can move any amount of spaces in one direction that she's moving in. So it's good to have a good queen piece, but it could be a distraction that could come in and make you turn against your queen, and then you could get took out the game, man. They could come, the distraction could come in, then you start cheating, right? And then your wife leave you. That's what happened to my brother. My brother, man, and he's in jail now, but My brother hit the lottery for like $250,000 one time, right? And I had called him up and I told him, I said, hey man, you need to take this money and go because I looked up real estate. I said it's you can buy 2 condos for $90,000 a piece, right? You can buy 2 condos and you still have, I think he got like 190 after taxes, right? I said you can buy 2 condos and you can live in one and rent the other one out. But he didn't listen. He was young. He was 21 years old, I think, at the time, with $190,000. And he used to go to the script club and he met this chick, this fine chick, right? That supposedly was finer than his wife. And his wife was good looking too, but this other chick got in his head, right? She psychologically got in his head. Like, you need to, I'm the baddest chick around and you need to be with me and this and that. Got in his head. Once she got in his head, he went and bought her an apartment, paid the rent up for a year or whatever, bought her all new furniture, this one chick, and he was over there hanging out with her and lost his wife, because you gotta think in this game, you gotta play for long term. You gotta and I'm gonna get 15 talk about that when he come back about the plots. You gotta plot, you gotta plan for long term, the long term game. 15 play the long term game. He don't play the quick game. He played a long term game. That's how Warren Buffett got so rich. Warren Buffett don't play short stocks. He played the long term game for what you call dividends. Where he bought Coca-Cola. He got so many shares in Coca-Cola, and he collect dividends every month or every 3 quarters off of that off of them stocks. That's a long term game. Short term game is day trading, right? Short term game is day trading, right? Where you go and you buy a stock this day and sell it the next day, or you sell it in 2-3 hours in the first part of the game. So I like to do long term game. Well, this what I'm doing right now is going to benefit my children and their children, right? That's how real people who in this game of life, in this game, chess game, that's how they think. They play long term game, right? So long term, my brother wasn't looking at the long term game when he left his wife, who was down with him, who worked, and my brother didn't even have a job. He just was hustling all the time. He just hustled, and his wife took care of him. And he left her for a chick at the club. And eventually, when my brother ran out of money, because $190,000 ain't that much money. When once you buying and you ain't making no money, right? He was making a little bit of money, but he was spending a lot of money. Like, he'd give her $6,000, $7,000, $2,000 to go this other chick to go get her hair done and nail did. That chick was, and then the whole time the chick had a pimp. The chick had a pimp out of Oklahoma. The pimp sent her down here to go strip at the script club and to make money, right, on the trips. And the whole time she had a pimp, and said she was working my brother for her pimp, right? And my brother, he got a lot of game, but he ain't see this one. That's another thing, deception, right? It's part of the deception. He didn't see this chick was hustling, right? So when my brother ran out of money, she ended up taking all the furniture out the apartment. And the truck, he had bought her a car. She took the car and all the furniture out the apartment and ended up going back to Oklahoma with her pimp with all the stuff and giving it to her pimp. Like, Daddy, look at what I made for you. And my brother didn't even see it coming. And then now it's too late for my brother, because now his wife had left. So she hit him with deception, psychological, all this is part of the game. So you got to play this game for long term. You got to plant seeds. And 15 back, you talking about the plot. You talking about the plot. Break down the plot form, like the plot of land, all that. Plant seeds. Go ahead, 15.
Oh yeah. When you got a plot on somebody, once again, you got to work your strategy, because you got to be able to see how things are going to develop long term. If you ain't never seen them done, you can't get them done. You got to wait till somebody comes around that's done it before to show you. Otherwise, it's going to be trial and error while you try to work your plot. A plot of land is something you plant seeds in. So when you work in a plot on somebody, you're planting seeds. Seeds that you're going to have to cultivate. Make work for you somewhere down the line. You're going to have to make the seeds grow. So a plot could take 10 years. It could take a week. It could take a day, depending on your experience in planning your plot out. It does deal with organization most of the time, a plot. a scheme, a scam. You see, those go hand in hand with each other. Plots, scheme, scam, they go hand in hand. People are always working their plots. Every day you working a plot. It's the same thing as most of the other words we've been using. They all go hand in hand. They work together. You see? So if I plot against you, that means I got a strategy I'm gonna work. I got a plan to see it all the way out through the end. And you 9 times out of 10 don't know who I'm working with to get that plot going, to get it to make it come to fruition. If you're the type of person that don't have enough patience, then the person that you're trying to work your plot against can see your plot and one up you on your plot. Like we was talking about with Bumpy Johnson the other day, when the Italian mobster, he didn't like for Bumpy to even think he was up ahead of him in the family, in the crime family. So he sabotaged the numbers, and when he sabotaged the numbers gang that Bumpy and them was working, he had worked his plot against Bumpy's plot, and then rubbed it in his face because he's cocky. When you're a cocky dude, you always gonna show your hand. That's why I'm not the kind of dude that comes up in a building. Yeah, I might talk a lot on here, but I ain't the type of dude to run my mouth a lot. You see me in person, you wouldn't even know you was sitting next to me because I keep my mouth shut. I watch my surroundings because you don't never know who's plotting on you. You don't know everybody a part of that plot against you. So you'll keep your mouth shut. If you keep your mouth shut, you can remain unseen. A person that's plotting against you don't even know you're there. So if they were supposed to get you, they can't because they never knew you was in the building. They don't know what you look like. I could wear a disguise. If I wear a disguise, or say for instance, you got a picture of me and my hair is cut low, but by the time your goons catch up to me, my hair is long. I got a beard and things going on. If I recognize any of these people that are plotting against me, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm not gonna roll up and get in his face and go, "Hey man, you looking for me?" So that I can get jumped by the other 3 dudes that I don't notice there because I spotted one of them niggas. Same thing with the 3-car Molly, right? 3-car Molly, like I said, the dude that's usually working a 3-car Molly, he got 2 other dudes working with him. It's usually 3 of them, 3 or 4. So he got a security team that you don't notice there. He got people helping him trick other people into betting. They lose and win. He'll let them lose and let them win just so they can bait you in and get the real money from you. That's part of a plot. The minute you think you can grab this dude up and snatch him up and get your money back, some other dude put a gun in your back. Yeah, you ain't see me right here. I'm with him, right? Let him go. Now you stuck going, oh, that's how it is. Yeah, that's how it is. When your ass is being stupid, I can tell you like this here. If you plot against a dude that's very intelligent, you won't see him coming because he gonna play it smooth. He gonna be like, oh, you got me. He gonna leave. He gonna congratulate the dude that beat him with a smile on his face. And the whole time he plotting his plot. Now he going, oh, okay, they got me this time. Next time I see these niggas together, I'm gonna watch them from a distance. I'm gonna watch how they operate, and I'm gonna get the drop on. That's a plot as well. A plot is a well thought out plan. Well thought out. You can't think without no daggone strategy if you ain't never been in that situation before. But see, what I just ran down is a guy was in the situation, got beat out in that situation, plotted to win the next time that situation occurred. That's learning from the past so you don't repeat the past in the future. So you got to have a good plot. And you can't fall for everybody else's plot or storyline because a plot in a book is a storyline. You see? So when a person's writing a book, they also have a plot in the story. You see? So this same idea works with a plot of land, planting seeds, plotting a story, plotting, scheming, and scamming. They all go hand in hand. You got to tie all of those in together. And it's variations of the word out there as well that go in with that. It's probably way more than those 4 or 5 I gave you, but you do some looking into it, you'll find out there's many ways to plot and scheme. There's many ways to work a plan and see it come to a reality for you. So don't fall for everybody else's scheming and scamming. I've been schemed a couple of times, but I vowed to, myself to not let that same scam run on me again. I don't let it happen. You know, I've been across some man, I want to say some words, but I've been across some slick dudes. I've encountered and engaged in a lot of slick situations with people, and I just observe them. I just watch what they doing. You get one over on me, hey, fool me once, right? You got it. The second one is my fault. So I'm not gonna let you get me twice. If I let you get me twice, that means I'm twice the fool. I can't be that. I learned from the previous plots, the previous scams that ran on me. I learned from those, and I make sure I get past them. I'm over that now. When I'm over that, you can't do that shit to me no more. It's the same thing I was saying with the blocking punches and you know making adjustments allow for you to not get plotted on. You have to learn how to make adjustments. If you don't know how to make adjustments on the fly, then you're more than likely to get tricked over and over and over again. And if you somebody that's like that, then you're going to be at people that are intelligent. You're going to be at their disposal because you the pawn on the board. A person that knows how to see the plots, see the schemes, the scams, see the strategy, see the lies, because he's been lied to his whole life. You ought to have plenty of practice at knowing what a lie sound like. You ought to have plenty of practice at knowing what a scheme looks like when it's coming at you. You ought to have plenty of practice at knowing when somebody's doing good acting and bad acting, because it's all happened to you. But if you ain't paid attention to the board your whole life, it's going to keep happening to you. You're going to keep making the same mistakes. You're going to keep getting checkmated because you don't see the plot. There's a plot right now in the government, right? Hold on, give me a second. Okay, I'm sorry about that. It's a plot right now that they running on all the people. I spoke about it several times before. It's a plot to get us all to go to the hospital. If you got somebody that needs your blood, your DNA, your semen, they need every part of your being. They got the plot to get you in there. So when you see them commercials that say, if you're experiencing this and if you're experiencing that, we got the perfect drug for you. Come on down here to such and such and get it. We can get rid of that for you. That's a plot. Somebody has got to make some money off of your stupidity. Every day, somebody's making money off of people being not bright. You see, you can't see. You don't know what's down the road. You in the dark. That darkness is usually confusion. Keeps you in the dark. You see, you don't know where you're going unless you got that inner light. Where you you become nocturnal in the dark, you can see right through it. Then people can't keep playing the same game on you. You got to have the ability to see ahead. If you don't have ability to see ahead, you're gonna trip and fall flat on your face most cases. When people, another scenario I can give you, when people are racing in track and field and they all lined up together, don't it look like the dude that's lined up in the back is gonna lose? You be like, man, why they got him way back there? That ain't fair. They got him lined up at an angle because they know the person that's closest to the center of the circle is moving the fastest. See, you got a shorter circumference. So they put the dude on the widest on the outside up front. And when y'all take off, you get to see the difference in speed. But somebody had to plan that out and plot that out to make the track like that. Otherwise, they could have had everybody running, going straight. You see? Then when you go to see track and field arenas, you got to go. It's 2 miles of road where crowds gonna be lined up on 2 miles of the road because you got to see them coming down the street. Same thing with horse racing. They plot and scheme on horse races because you don't know what pedigree your horse is, and the person 9 times out of 10 overstands They already got the game rigged. Certain horses, the doctors know which ones are sick. You see, because they test them horses. They know which one's gonna win, which ones ain't gonna win up front before you place your bets. You betting on a guess. But if you knew the doctor, right? You knew the breeder, the horse breeder, the guy that takes care of the horse, that owns the horse, you know him, then you going, hey man, is what's going on with the horse? The horse good? Yeah, he got his physical the other day. He's ready to go. He's fit as a fiddle. He's getting ready to, dart like lightning. That'd be the horse's name, lightning. Then you get out there and the horse is running up against another horse, and that horse wins because you got all the information up front. That's part of what? Making an adjustment. So you don't keep losing your money just gambling on a guess. That's stupid. You have to make calculated decisions in this world.
Hey,
Chess
check it.
causes
Hey,
you
you
to
got cut
learn.
out. Hey, the last probably like 10 seconds of what you said got cut out. So you got to go back just
Oh,
a
wow.
little. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was talking about just knowing your horse. If you're gonna go out there on the
I
racetrack
get it.
and can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You clear.
All right. If you on a racetrack, you got to know not just the horse, but know the owner of the horse, know the doctor that gives the horse their checkups. You got to know what the horse has been eating. You got to know all these things before you go out there and place your money on that horse. You don't just go to the horse racetrack and place gambling. You gamble, you take a gamble, but you don't take a calculated gamble. Always make sure your moves is calculated in life. Make sure your risk that you take is calculated. You take a risk, because risk is taking chances. But at the same time, you make calculated chances. I'm not the type of person on a chessboard that's not going to make a calculated move. I'm not going to be the dude to go, and I'm gonna put it like this: it's happened, but I have to learn from those mistakes. I lost my queen a couple times, and I didn't see it coming. Why? Because I was so far ahead of my movements that I didn't see that this dude could capitalize on one of my moves. I mistook what he could do. Now I had to backtrack and go, oh, it ain't over. It ain't over. Okay, I lost my queen. I'm gonna have to beat you. I'm gonna have to be more strategic, and I'm gonna have to beat you with my other pieces, and I have to bring those other pieces together so that I can, supersede your plot. I can have my plot over your plot. I see what you doing now. When you took my queen, you thought what? That broke my will. It don't break my will when I lose my queen. I just be laughing, going, I'm gonna get yours now. Especially if I see that you need that queen to win, I'm gonna play against you strong. I'm a trapper. I know exactly how to trap her because I know you don't know how to make power moves without her. So I'm a trapper, and when I trap her, then boom, I got her, and now I'm in position to checkmate you with my other pieces. You don't give up just because somebody had a good plot against you. When you figure out exactly what that plot is, you capitalize, you bounce back. You don't soak in your sorrows and fail. Oh, it's over. The game is over. Man, I done took niggas queens, man, and watched them just crumble. They just be like, oh man, I can't beat you now. And I'll be looking at them going, for real? You just quit? Niggas will tip their king over. They don't realize that the king is them. The king on the chessboard represents the mind of the being that's playing. That's why I keep saying the king he has limited mobility. He can only move one square at a time because he represents you. And I don't care if you're male or female. If you're a female and you play chess, the king represents the brain moving the pieces. So you can't afford to let somebody checkmate you and trap you. The king got to be the one in the palace that sees all the plotting going on and then uses his family members to protect the whole kingdom. You don't just protect the whole kingdom, you got to protect and attack. That's part of strategy. That's part of your plotting. If you don't know how to protect and attack, then the seeds you planted in your plot ain't gonna grow. They're not gonna grow. Your pawns ain't gonna get to the other side of the board. You're not gonna be able to get your queen back. When you know you got a strong pawn game, your queen get taken. You like, oh, I'll get her back. But you're gonna take that man's queen first, and then you're gonna wipe all his pawns out. I played people that just let their pawns go. Like pawns ain't worth nothing but a bag of chips. They just be out there just losing pawns. I'm like, bro, what you doing? I try to protect every last pawn I put out there. Why? Because I know at the end of the game, if I got 4 pawns and you got 1, I can get 4 queens. They're 4 potential power pieces at that point. When the game gets slim, pawns are very valuable. So you got to be able to see all the way from the beginning of the game with the opening move. You got to see the end game from the opening move. In life, when you walk out your front door, you know you got out of your bed. So at the end of the day, you want to get back in the bed. That's your end game. You don't want to go out there today, get into a foolish argument with a person and die, do you? Or go out there, get into a foolish argument with a person and kill. Go out there with get into a foolish argument with a person and end up in the hospital bed for a week. These are all parts of the game of chess and life. Thinking ahead. I tell my children that all the time, bro. When I get out of my bed, I look at it and I go, I'm getting back in that bed tonight. At the end of the day, I'm getting back in that bed. I'm not gonna let the sun set on me, or you know how we do. Suns don't set, they don't rise. But I'm not gonna let a full day go into shadow hours and then I can't go back to sleep in my bed. I don't want to be sleep out there in the car on the side of the road because I done made my woman so mad we don't even want to see each other in the house. No. I know that when me and her get mad at each other, in order for me to get in that bed comfortably, I got to not be mad at her no more and I got to make it right. So we apologize to each other and make it right. We kiss and make up. Then I can get back in my bed comfortably. This is part of life strategy. I had to teach my sons this stuff because I don't want them falling for none of these stupid plots and schemes and scams out here that have them jacked up. And I let them know, don't go to jail. I'll put money on your books, but I'm not coming down there. I don't want to be in the system at all. I stays out of there. I don't have no record. I've never had one. So why would my children have one? My dad didn't have a record. So why would my children have one? My grandfather didn't have a record. So why would my children have one? It's not even in their DNA to be bad people. Now we got other family members that have been in and out of jail their entire life, and they the ones that be flashing all the money. So I'll be thinking to myself, how they got all this money, but they keep ending up in jail? Because it's obvious. They're not thinkers. These are the people that are impulsive and they get money at whatever cost they can get it at, and they don't look at the consequences. They don't look at their opponent's moves against them. What can my opponent do to me? The opponent in life is, 9 times out of 10, the person that's scheming on you, and the police, and the government, and the politicians, and certain people at your job. You got to look out everywhere you go because somebody's working something against you behind your back, in front of your back, on your side, left and right. So you got to be aware of your surroundings and keep your head on the swivel because if it pisses you off when people don't open the door for you when you walk in the store, that plot is going to be worked against you one day. You're going to cuss somebody out for not opening the door, or you're going to open the door. They're going to walk on in, walk past you. You're going to feel them kind of slightly bump your shoulder, and they ain't going to say, excuse me, thank you, or nothing. That's going to piss you off. So you got to think far ahead and go, you know what? I'm going to be happy today no matter what goes on. I'm not going to let nobody get me out of my mood, out of my happy mood. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to love life. That's part of a good strategy to get back in the bed at the end of the day. You see, you don't say, hey, man, what you do? What you think this is, my nigga? You know what I mean? You better come back here and say, excuse me, man, before I slap fire out your ass. That right there got the attention of everybody in the whole store. Now they called the police on you. Somebody behind the counter then called the police on you. And you thinking, I wasn't even at fault here. I opened the door for this guy. He just walked in and stepped on my shoes and kept it moving. Nah, man, that's a trick. That's a trick. It's wired to get you out your hookup so they can throw you in jail. It's a trap. Trap. It's all the same to me. It's a trap, brothers and sisters. This is the game of chess in life. don't let people push your buttons. Don't even let people know you got buttons that
Hey,
can be pushed. Go ahead, big bro. You got it
hey, I
real
want to
quick.
add
Hold
to
on.
that part right there, what you said. You know, one of my strategies when I'm playing chess is to get the king off his square. So like I'll send my knight and sacrifice one of my knights to make that king get off his square. Because they know that they put the pawn out there. And most people like you play for that move. Because the way you set your shit up, it's hard to do that move to you. But like a lot of people that don't know what the game is, I try to get, because once you get that king to move off his square before he castles, he can't castle. Once you get him move off his square, he can't castle no more. Now you still can castle though. Now if you know what you're doing, the skilled players still can castle their king. But most time people that don't know, and like I'm gonna tell you this, man, I didn't even know about castling my king for a while until I started playing the computer type test. I didn't even know about castling the king, but I used to try to get you off your square, right? And that's the same thing 15 talking about. Don't let nobody get you off your normal routine or what you always don't let nobody make you be other than yourself. It's pretty much what we're saying. Don't make nobody change what you got going. Like so, like one of my strategies, if I want to affect somebody psychologically, once you get that king off his square, the king is always gonna be running. The protected try to be protected. Because once I get you off your square, now I'm using my bishops, I'm using my pawns, I'm pushing my pawns, and you usually can get set back. Once you get off your square, you can get set back a couple moves. You can get set back 2 or 3 moves just trying to castle your king. So one of my strategies is to get that king. If I'm attacking, I come right out with that knight and attack. I jump like 2, 3 spaces, and I had a protection for the knight, the bishop, or either another knight or a pawn, and I attack that king to get him off his square. Because once you get somebody off their square and they got they self, then you can set them up for other moves or other plots you can perform on them. Go ahead, 15. I just wanted to add that to that point right there. Getting the king off his.
Yeah, keep building for me real quick, bro. I gotta
Okay,
put some things up.
Go ahead. Yeah, so that's like I say, that's one tactic that I use, and that's what the Masons they say hold your square, right? Hold your square, stay on your square. Even in the more science, we teach about holding your square. Stay on your. It's just like when Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz, when she click her heels to go home. And when you go into court, when you go into the court systems, because keep in mind the board is like a court too. It's like a court system, and the magistrates, they call the judge the magistrates, right? And you got in the court system, you got bishops, you got the lawyers, right? The lawyers is like the knights, right? And then you got the bishops and different things in the court when you come to the court system, and you got to hold your square. When you go in there, you got to stand up for the Constitution. Don't waive your rights. See, getting the king off his square is to get him to waive his rights. He has the right to that square, right? But when you get him off that square, that means he waived his rights, right? And in the more signs, you go in there and you standing up for the Constitution and the treaties and things that we have with the United States government, and they want to try to put fear on you to get off your square. You say, well, like when I went up there for that ticket they tried to give me, right? And they tried I paid $25, got out of there, but I could have paid nothing because I could have said, let's go to trial with this, with the ticket, right? But what they want to do is if you take it to court, then you could be up to a $900 fine and even serve jail time. It's all to put fear on you to get you off your square, to get you what you stand for. Because if, like you say, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, right? So you gotta hold your square. And sometimes I learned this from playing 15. I learned a lot from playing 15 in chess. We ain't played in a while, but we're gonna probably start back playing. I learned this too because I used to castle early. I used to castle real fast. Like my whole game is to set up, get my punt pieces out in a position, and then castle my king. Because I feel like that's protecting them. But if you playing the 15, you castle too early, that's a bad move. That's a bad move playing 15, man. Because now he got your king secluded to one area where he can't run. He's setting up now to he's plotting to set up your king and knock his castle down. He gonna bring his knights up and down. He gonna make you have to, man, you gonna be in a bind if you castle too fast on 15, man. You gonna be in a bind because He go,
Yeah,
now I
because
got
you
you.
cornering yourself.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, go
Yeah,
ahead.
right. Yeah, it's like yeah, so you corner yourself and you trap yourself. So you gotta, it's everything is perfect timing. When you playing this game of life in correlation with chess, it's perfect timing. You gotta know when to do certain moves. You can't just go right head first and then just think you're gonna be able to be safe. You know what I'm saying? In certain situations, you gotta never underestimate your opponent. You gotta know, you gotta think before you do shit. Like that, that's a main man. That's a powerful situation. Like I was saying, a lot of times I would do stupid shit back in the day when I was younger. And I'd be sitting in the cell waiting on my mom or somebody to bail me out. And I'd be like, damn, man, why did I think on, why did I do that stupid shit? I should have not even did that. I wouldn't even be in this situation if I would have just not did it or say, you know what, I'm fucked it, I'm going home. I ain't worried, excuse my language. But forget that, I'm going home, man. I ain't gonna even sit here and deal with this. Uh, but me not thinking before I'm doing shit got me into situations that I had to dig myself out. Now it's like 15 said, it's never the end. You always gotta be thinking that when somebody take your queen out. Me, I'm a person. I'm one of them guys that like I like my queen, and my queen, man. When I had to get over that part when I get my queen took to still fight. Now, and when I got over that part, I learned how to win without my queen. But when I first started playing chess, when you take my queen, that was the end for me, man. Like 15 said, that was like I'm taking my queen because the queen, like to me, she got like a lot of moves. The queen can take some guys out. She's an assassin. The queen is an assassin. A woman can take people out. Just like the story they give you in the Bible where they sent Delilah, right? Delilah from Samson. Nobody was able to get to this dude. This dude was going up and rip a damn gate off the Philistine shit, and he'd beat 10,000 niggas up, right? Nobody could stop him. But they sent the woman in there, and she was able to get him to cut his hair and then take it and find out his weakness. Women know your weakness. That's another thing. So women can find out your weakness because women, they kind of like are more advanced than men in some parts. Mentally, they grow up, they learn faster. That's what they teach us, right? Women learn faster, and you know they catch on to things faster in some situations. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Back 15.
That's right.
Let me go ahead.
That's
Let me go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, I'm back.
Go ahead.
That's
Let me
how
make
we
sure these damn
design.
boys ain't told.
We are designed to lift each other's weakness up. Like put it like this. If a woman is not physically strong, she's strong spiritually, she's strong mentally and emotionally. A man is supposed to be strong physically, and he's supposed to be durable and able to take huge amounts of pain and pressure. So he can take the pain and pressure off of her and help her lift and move things, whether it be around the house, out there in the open, in the streets, in the wilderness, whatever kind of male and female partnership or companionship y'all have. He's supposed to pick up the slack where she can't, and she's supposed to pick up the slack where he can't. Now, what he don't have time to do because he's the hunter gatherer, he's not supposed to be in the house all the time. Men have a hunter gatherer DNA code. Okay, we're supposed to leave the house every day at least once. If your man is sitting in the house all day long, it's going to start to bother him, and the woman's supposed to come in and make sure it doesn't. You see, so that's part of the strategy designed in the, we can call it the galactics, we can call it the solar system, the quantum field. You have to have your positive and your negatives, and they have to vibrate together in order to create you new life. So everything has its place. We're not sent here to overpower each other and dominate. Men are dominant at physical things, and we can be dominant at mental and spiritual things, but not in a feminine fashion. We're never going to be that dominant. When it comes to that, we have to work together. She might see some stuff I don't see, but if she's not willing to listen to the things that I have to say, then she don't know everything about the situation yet. She got to know the masculine perspective. The man got to know the female perspective. They have to work together, because when you got it like that, guess who can't work a strategy against y'all together? Everybody outside of y'all's world has to stay on the outer perimeters of y'all's world that y'all built together. They can't come in and break y'all apart. Why? Because y'all think as one mind. She the left part of the brain, you the right part of the brain, or vice versa. Okay. And then let the child be, all of the instinctive parts of the brain, the y'all's fun, so to speak. When it's time to have fun, you think about the children if you got them. When you don't have children and that's trying to have fun with your companion, then y'all got to let y'all's inner child come out. Or y'all not gonna really have no fun because don't nobody know how to have none, right? So with you and her having a strong bond and knowing what roles to be in, y'all understand one thing. Baby, what you think? And then she goes, I think this, I think that. But when she gets done thinking, that's not where the thinking stops. You got to understand, she got to ask you now, what do you think? Now you take what she thinks and what you think, and y'all put it together and have y'all's personal plot. Y'all have a plot, y'all have a strategy, y'all have a plan, and then y'all both with how she thinks and how you think, y'all put it together and see it come to fruition. You don't let the child get in the middle of that thinking. The child is the reason why y'all strategizing together in the first place to make it work. Your seeds, you want to be able to cultivate. You want to be able to show the child, hey, you're supposed to work together with your woman. Your woman's supposed to work together with her man. Y'all don't have to overshadow each other. If a man makes all the money, the wife makes all the peace in the house. She might make all the food. The man don't want to make no food because he out buying all of it, right? So if she makes the food, then guess what? It's got to be part of both of y'all's plan. She can't just go, baby, I'm cooking this tonight. She should ask you, hey, you mind if I cook this for dinner, that for dinner? When she comes at you from that angle, that strategy as the queen on the board, she's now allowing you to be the king on the board. You see? If she just come to you and be like, you gonna eat what I'm making. And if you don't eat what I'm making, then the hell with you. Like that right there, it's not y'all working together at all. If y'all fight inside the kingdom, then the person that's coming against you on the other side of the board is going to defeat you very easily because he's going to play y'all against each other. And 9 times out of 10, that's the friends of the sister or the friends of the male, the man, the brother. His friends gonna be telling him, man, I don't want to say nothing disrespectful about your girl, man, but man, I don't see how you can be with her. See, he starts plotting, planting seeds in your head so he can have his friend all to himself and y'all can go and play basketball and hit on other women. He gonna do that because he don't like how she has his best friend feeling all the time. You always low and complaining and man, I don't want to go home and all this. And your brother sitting over there going, man, leave her, man. Why are you dealing with all this shit? That's not what he should be saying now, is it? Sisters, the man should not have his friends disliking you, and it's vice versa. Your friends should be liking him too. It should be mutual friends in that mode. You shouldn't be bringing no male friend to your husband. This my male friend. This like a brother to me. We grew up together. And I'm looking at this nigga going, the whole time I know you plotting to get my woman. And if you ain't, the option is still there. The option is there. I don't care if it's never crossed your mind a day in your life. There's a day in your life where it can. And when it does, you're going to be right there consoling and rubbing their shoulders, going, yeah, man, I knew he wasn't that good for you. Right after y'all done broke up and y'all only been split up an hour, but you called your male best friend to come over and console you. And he's right there. That's a potential boyfriend, a potential husband in the future. You think your man, husband, or boyfriend don't see that? That man is looking at this other dude over here calling himself your big brother, and you want to know what her actual blood relationship is. You like, okay, how's he your big brother again? Tell him the truth. Tell him, oh, he not really my big brother. We went to elementary school together. We've been knowing each other since we was kids, and he's a real good friend to the family, and blah 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 blah. When you say that, that man probably got some girl that he grew up with that he don't even talk to no more. And if he does, guess what? It's going to throw off the energy of the relationship. There's a chess game being played right there in the house between male and female. Y'all got to find out if y'all on the same sides of the board together. Is your wife with you? Are you with her? Are y'all making decisions together? Or do she make all the decisions? Or do he make all the decisions? Y'all got to check that stuff so y'all don't have infiltrators. People will work against you simply because they see y'all have an imbalance. You see? You don't want nobody seeing your imbalance. Me and my wife don't have arguments outside of the home. We have them. We have disagreements, but we don't be outside in the public view, looking like we hate each other. There's a strategy behind that. We don't want people in our business. You keep them out of your business so you can run your own business. That's how you do. If you got people in your business and sister's always telling her girlfriend that's like her sister every time the man pisses her off, man, he did this, he did that, he did this, that girl's gonna tell her girlfriend, leave him. Girl, I ain't never seen you so miserable before. Leave him. No, don't leave him, is what she should say. Work it out, is what she should say. Give him a chance. Try this, try that. You know, I like seeing y'all together, is what she should say if she's supportive. Right back, big brother, 12 elder.
I think he getting his mic set up. Oh, what happened? He got cut out or something?
Nah, I just said right back to big brother.
Oh yeah,
Coming
okay,
back.
there you go, right there. He might have kind of get his mic set up. Okay, there. Yeah, what the hell is happening? Hey, well, you dropping some good shit. This right here class gonna be a classic right here, bro. I'm talking about you touching some subjects that need to be touched, man. I'm talking about especially about the relationship part and how it ties in with the game of
It's
life, the
chess.
chess.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got those
Relationships is
the
chess.
friends around that they're telling they getting your wife here. Like to me, when I
Right?
say like your wife got a male friend, that's her boyfriend. Shit. So he a boy, he a man, yeah,
And
he
he
might
a
well be a
friend?
boyfriend. Yeah,
Exactly.
go ahead.
I had to explain that to my, when you dealing with a modern mentality that's privileged. Back in the days, women didn't have the privilege really to have a whole bunch of male friends. You know, they had to sneak. Nowadays, it's like, all right, the brother be trying to keep his woman, so he'd be like, well, let me meet him. You know, maybe me and him could be cool. You know, you try to be good friends with him so y'all can be mutual friends. You want to gain his trust. You want to try to balance it out. I know, I'm like that. My wife said she had some male friends she grew up with, and I told her, I said, and they ain't been around in years, and you've been living all right, just fine without them, ain't you? Why is it when you see him in the grocery store, y'all got to give each other a hug in front of me? Like, I don't want to see that shit. Like, yo, it's strategy against you, bro, because she checking to see how strong you is. I had to ignore it and talk to her at the crib later, like, hey, how would you like it if I had a bunch of women hugging me out in public that I know? Because I know a lot of women. I don't rub that in your face. When me and you got together, I had to let her know what I sacrificed. I cut them all off for you because I don't see that being healthy in our relationship where we stand at. I had to play chess in a different way. I had to strategize in a different way because when you got a strong, man, I think all women are strong. I don't know where it comes from when you say I had a strong black woman, bro. All women got to be strong in some way, form, or fashion, bro. So I'm gonna just put it like this: when you got a strong-willed woman, a woman with a strong brain, she like to use her own brain for what she like to do, and you love her, and you don't want to lose her or leave her, then you got to strategize. I had to work all kinds of strategies to keep my woman happy so she could learn how to make me happy in return. Because these certain women nowadays don't give a shit, bro. They don't care. They be like, I look good. I can go out there and catch me a man any day. That's true. But make no mistake about it. As you age and I age, I'm going to age with grace. Men have opportunities to work out, stay in shape, keep their body tight and all that, right? So they can they get older, then that's when they become more of a threat to the female because the female going, my body done got all bent out of shape. I done had 2, 3 kids by this nigga now. He might leave me. That's another part of the back end of it. That's why I be telling sisters, don't play him up front, because he'll learn to get you back in the end. Y'all could be together 20 years and he'll leave. Then you be going, man, I was 20 years of my life. What about 20 years of his life? Y'all both gave 20 years of y'all's life. You see, I always say this too with the sex game. Sisters got to understand, you don't give a man your vagina. That's not what you're doing. You are receiving something. So how is it you're giving a man anything? Look at this from a scientific perspective. The man has to go in you, right? So if he does, then who's receiving? Women are designed to receive. That's why they want gifts. They want you to treat them right. They're designed to receive good company, good energy. They're designed to receive it. Their body types is designed to receive from you and give to where? The baby. So women give to the baby because what you got breast on your chest. The breast on your chest gives the baby the colostrum fluid, the breast milk, the mental development fluid. I call it the serum for good intelligence. As long as you breastfeed that baby gonna be brilliant, gonna be sharp. But that's what you give the baby. You don't give your breast milk to your husband. There's some creeps out here that be drinking it though. However, I'm gonna put it like this: we're giving to you, you give to the baby. Now think about this trio that I just described here. There's a scientific explanation for it. I just busted it down for you. Y'all receive, men give. Y'all give to the babies. Y'all receive from the men. Now the government knows this. So what does the government do? They set both y'all up. They even set the baby up. What's part of their strategy? The television. What do they do on the TV? They create shows for all three of y'all. They got the masculine shows for the men, competitions, men competing. They got the war movies, they got the thrillers, the action movies, and this stuff like that for men. But for the sisters, they got reality TV. They got women on TV all made up in makeup, doing their hair and nails and looking like what they think is the best thing on the planet. That's manipulating you to want to be that which you see on TV. The action movies manipulate the mans to be more aggressive and tougher in the world. And then you see the cartoons and stuff manipulating children to just do stupid stuff every day. Looney Tunes had children acting loony. Looney Tunes, the tune of loony, tune of crazy, the tone of craziness. You see how they manipulated our children, manipulated our women, manipulate us? And then every time you see a new outfit on a commercial and you see some woman modeling that stuff, it's strategy against the woman's thinking to think that she needs it. She's got to have it because she see how that woman look. She looking happy as all get out with that on. I want to buy that, see how I look, see if it makes me that happy. Men, same thing with guns. We see the guns, we go, man, I want that, right? I want to be a real threat out here in the world. I want people to respect me because I got all these weapons. And you watching boxing, you watching martial arts, you learning how to kick butt instead of make peace. That's part of the strategy. Your children are learning how to not care about things. They're watching cartoons where the dad is the dumbest dude in the house, like The Simpsons. Why is Homer so stupid? Because they want y'all to think dads is stupid. That's part of the strategy. Peter Griffin is stupid. They want y'all to think we stupid too in real life. If you watch enough of the TV, you start to think your man is stupid. You don't know nothing. The bills came in. Give me the bills. I'll look at them. I'll tell you what I need from you. You just give me what I need out your check. That's not fair. We have to learn how to be more strategic against the system that's being more strategic against our families and separating our families. We got to keep our families together. On the chessboard of life, you don't want to be sacrificing pieces and losing pieces.
I think somebody might have called 15 while he was talking. He might have got a phone call. That's probably why he cut out. Hey, Rob Bot 12, we see you in the building. If you want to send us a donation, if you want to send me and 15 a donation, we got the Cash App links in the description. And so you want to do a super chat, anything like that. And we're gonna be getting to some questions in a minute. But like I say, for everybody just clicking in, we talking about you back 15, somebody called.
Yeah, man. My mom just pulled up.
Okay,
You know
all
what
right,
day
go
it
ahead.
is, you know what I mean? So I had to,
Yeah.
she's calling me. My mom called and told me a straight lie. Man, she didn't know I was sitting in the driveway, right? So she was like, I'm here. And I'm looking around going, no, you ain't. I'm sitting in the driveway. She started laughing like, hey, well, I'm coming down the street.
Yeah, you know
There's
what
no
you mean.
need to lie. There's no need. Just tell me the truth right now. I still love you. Oh, man. Hey, that's part of the game right there, man. I'm not gonna keep on rambling on. I know in about, let's see, 2:15, I'm gonna have to get on off of here myself
Yeah,
and let
because
everybody enjoy the
yeah,
rest of
that's
the
right.
day.
That's right. We finna agree to close it out, but we're gonna do a part 2 to this tomorrow night. We're gonna come back on this because this right here is it's a good, we're getting a lot of game out right here. And we so far I think we got a lot of stuff we talked about already up in this joint, man. So everybody that coming in late might have to roll it back, right? But
Yep.
I think we cover like the first part of it, the pregame workout, right? Part of it. But we'll come back because I got some more notes that we could go over. We'll come back tomorrow at I think 6:30 by the time the 15 get in the truck or whatever. If you got to get in the truck tomorrow. So we'll come back on this joint and then we're gonna do a part 2 probably Tuesday night to the raising the bar, because that's another touchy subject that we were going to talk about our experiences with knowing the right knowledge and how we got treated as far as the people response, right, to us with the right knowledge. So the game of chess is a game you want to teach your kids how to play. You want to get you a chessboard and learn a game of chess because it opens certain parts of your brain. It massages certain parts of your brain so you can you can start developing some of these what would I call it, like attributes or strategies, right? Like protection and learn
Yeah.
how to use your pawns. Go ahead, 15.
Use
You
it
gonna say
like
something?
this. Strategy prevents tragedy. Right?
That's
We
right.
don't have to go through so many tragedies if we have a developed and well thought out strategy. You know, that strategy help us see our plot that we have planned out all the way through to fruition. We got to bear the fruit of the strategy. The fruit that you bear of the strategy is what? Good children on the planet. You're not going to be here forever, so make sure that your children are a good representation of your image when you were here. When I'm gone, let's put it like this. How do you want to die? I ask people this a lot.
In
They don't know how
peace.
to answer that. If
In
you want to
peace.
die in peace, then that means you want to die in your sleep. That's how I want to go, because I know I got to go someday, right? So how do I want to die? I want to die in my sleep. So I make a strategy every day I live to make sure I can get back to sleep every night. When I get back to sleep every night and I go on my sleep, I've accomplished my dream, my
That's
goal,
fire.
right?
That's fire.
Because I've died a painless death. You see what I'm saying? People that go out here and they get shot, they get stabbed, they get jumped, they get hit by cars, ran over. These are people that go, you can die doing anything. You can die every day. You're supposed to plot and strategize to not die doing anything. I don't want to die on the basketball court. Nigga, I went up there for a dunk. Somebody cut my legs from up under me and I fell on my head.
Yeah, right.
No, bro. I'm looking at how tough this dude play ball before I get on the court.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that dude right there, he'll hack the mess out of me. So what I do when I get on the court, strategize to stay away from him, because he gonna hack the mess out of me.
Yeah.
He could potentially make me run into a pole and I could die like Coach Chiefs did on what's that movie? Coolie High, my nigga. I don't want to die like Coach Chiefs did. Cochise got
Uh-huh.
socked. He turned around, boom, it was dead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nobody seen that coming, bro.
Yeah, it's
Because
some
the
food. It's some
body's really delicate.
yeah, it's some
Go
food.
ahead.
Hey, man, you touched on a lot, man. Like I'm glad you came on today. You took the time out to we gave some good game to they call it game in the streets, right? We gave some good game to you, and we hope y'all listen to the tape over and over again. Share it, like it, hit the bell, share it on all your Facebooks, because this right here is a good class that the young people need to hear too, so they can start thinking more wiser. Because I think I read in one thing, it says that a wise man always make a plan, a wise man always strategize, a wise man always think before you do things. And all these things in chess that teach you can learn those particular key points in chess. That's why all the mob movies, all like I saw Bumping them, they were Bumping Johnson. I'm watching the that series. They playing chess up in there. All the Godfather movies, all the mob movies, all the guys that's considered the wise guys. They call them the wise guys, right? They all play chess. So it ought to tell you something. And then that shit goes all the way back to ancient Kemet. We created the game in ancient Kemet to play chess. So it tells you that it's some kind of it's a significant part in life with this game. We might do one on Monopoly too. The game of Monopoly, right? We might do one on that one too. But this chess joint is hot. We're gonna probably do a part 2 tomorrow at 6:30. So tune in. I wonder why Shu calling me while I'm on live. Hey, Shu, we on live right now. Uh, yeah, so I'm gonna hit him back in a minute.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, so I didn't see him. I sent him the link. But I don't know what happened. Yeah, but man, 15. I thank you for coming on today and sharing your
brother.
intelligence
Thank
on this, bro. Cause that was like you cursed you, man. That was lit. Like I'm gonna listen to this joint. I wonder why Shu keep calling. Hold up, let me see. It might be important. Hey, what's up, Shu? We on live right now, brother. Hey, we on live right now. Yeah, live on YouTube. I sent you the link already. All right, hold on. I'm gonna check and see. About to get ready to get off though. Right now though is shit. We shutting it down right now though.
Stay on. I'm the only one that really got to
Nah,
get off
I'm
this.
gonna get off too because I got to go to the store and get some stuff for my wife. But let me hit you right back, Shu. Yeah, like since 11:30. Yeah, so yeah, I appreciate you for covering all today, 15, because you covered a lot of your detail is very you really get it to where the people can get a good overlook on everything and the
I do
angles.
my best.
That was fire, man. So I hope they
best.
listen to this class. People that came in late, make sure you go back after we close it out and listen to it again and again and again until you get it down. You know what I'm saying? And learn this game. We're gonna come
Pass
back
it
with
on
part
to
2.
the youth.
You
Share it
want to
to
say
the
something closing,
teenagers.
15?
Yeah, share the wisdom with the teenagers. And whatever I said that you agree with, that you would say yourself, just teach it to them. Make sure your children know how to think like this so that they can strategize their lives. They don't let people get in the way of that and have people driving you into a grave early. Like, it's too many youngsters out here dying, man. They're
Right.
dying of accidents. And then a wise person told me, ain't no such thing. What's up, man? Too. A wise person told me, ain't no such thing as an accident. None. You can go watch Kung Fu Panda and hear Grandmaster Oogway. He said, there are no accidents. So when a child is dying and they go, man, he died in an accident. No, it was a decision he made at some point in that day that caused that. You got to realize your decisions lead up to certain actions. Okay. So that's what I want to drop on you. Don't be let the women do not let your boys run the streets. If they don't have a father there, then you got to be both. And I know it's going to stress you out, but you got to be in his business. You got to be like, where you going? What time you coming back? Whose house you going to be over? I don't know these people. They need to come over here and meet me first. You got to be that detailed so that they get a chance to make their own bed so they can lay in it. That's what I'm going to leave y'all with. I should and Wadu to all of the Shar family, and Until tomorrow.
All right. Hey, Swift, you want to say anything closing before I close out?
If you don't have a plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Facts.
Hey, you know, it actually say this in that book, the book that I was reading, The Art of the Human Chess. They actually say that in that book. If you don't got a plan, the plan to fail. So that's a wise quote right there that everybody should always have you a plan, always have you a strategy, always think the unthinkable. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be out, man. Appreciate that.
12. Hey, tomorrow, I gotta say this to you, brother. Tomorrow, go ahead. I'm gonna cover a lot of people that tricked me. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you how I got tricked. That way I can let you know why I'm the way I am. Like every time I got tricked, it made me stronger. Okay. What don't kill you makes you stronger. No pain, no gain. And I done went through a lot of pain so that I can have a lot of gain.
That's right. That's right. So we out, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Like I said, we're gonna be back up and running 6:30 tomorrow on part 2 this. And then the next day we'll come back on the Rising the Bar. But hey, we want to thank you for tuning in today. You know, Shug, Hotel. Why